TIL. That pad kid port curd pulled cod has been dubbed the English language's hardest tongue twister in 2018 by researchers at MIT, dethroning the previous champ, the 6th sheep sick. There is a fun one in Dutch: de post coets eer poets de roost van zijn post coets met post coets rees poets. The driver of the mail carriage polishes the rest of the mail carriage with mail carriage rust polish. The alternating TS and ST sounds make this quite the tongue twister. The hell, English is not my first language and the first one is easy, but the second one... Ugh! If you like tongue twister with S letter, I'll give you one in Italian. Oggi saremo qui, domani saran sarà, se non sarà saran si rasserenera. Pad kid port curd pulled cod is much easier to say when you say it to the tune of that one part in that Joe Walsh song Life's Been Good to Me So Far. Listen to the song, you will know the part. It also depends on the formation of the individual English speaker's physical speaking apparatus. Some sounds are harder or easier for some people. WTF does pad kid mean, anyway? Is the rest of it a recipe for fish? WTF MIT? Just repeated that multiple times and it aimed that hard. English is not even my first lingo. The 6th was my dad's favorite party trick and I trained a lot as a kid to conquer it and make him proud. You have to say each phrase 5 times fast. For me, the first one easier to say once, however, when you try to say them each 5 times fast the first one becomes the more difficult twister. Kinda weird that it says 2018, I remember this from 8 years ago. That meant researchers studying tongue twisters. I can already do the new one by memory after reading it twice. That second one though? No way, that would take a few days of constantly looking. How did this dethrone that? MIT is one of the finest institutions of science in the world, and has produced dozens of Nobel Prize winning physicists and engineers. They also do whatever this is, not a chance in hell. I can do that one no problem twice as fast as my speaking cadence. The chic one I can't even do at normal speed. My childhood favorite: 1 smart fellow, he felt smart; 2 smart fellows, they felt smart; 3 smart fellows, they all felt smart. Lol. If you can say fresh sushi out loud without either saying fresh sushi or fresh sushi on your first try, then you're a wizard. I wrote shiny sign shines shiny signals since shiny signals show Sean safe to shelter, and I think it's more difficult. 1 smart fellow, he felt smart; 2 smart fellows, they felt smart; 3 smart fellows, they all felt smart. Huh! I got it first try with no problems. That is way easier to say than the supposedly dethroned one. The new one sounds like when people play a record backwards and claim it's a message from the devil. If this is true, MIT needs to raise those admission standards, because that is some bullshit. Does anyone on here actually struggle with pad kid more than 6th chic? Serious question. I can say the pad kid one easily, and fast. Now the chic one, I sound like I'm drowning. If true, they're idiots. A kindergartner could figure that out. It's not even that hard. Irish wristwatch is one of my favorites, but that chic nonsense can fuck right off. My favorite is the big black bug bleed bad blood, which seems way harder than this. That one isn't even difficult. The chic one is madness though. I call shenanigans. I always thought rubber baby buggy bumpers and black bug's blood were good ones. Nothing will ever top how hard it is to say the simple phrase Irish wristwatch. The 6th one is far harder time. The pad kid one I don't struggle with at all. The previous one is so much harder than the new one. At least for my accent. What does it even mean? It makes no sense. At least the chic one makes sense. IDK brothers insist, but to me the previous one is much harder than the 2018. Effortless. The 6th chic, on the other hand, is very tricky for me. I've always thought saying Irish wristwatch 5 times fast was the hardest. As someone with a lisp, the first one is 100x easier than the second one. The second one is clearly 1000x more fucked up hard to say than the first. 3 Swiss which bitches wish to watch 3 Swiss watch switches. This one makes a good beat. The dethroned is harder to say fast, I think. I tried saying the second tongue twister and turned myself into a snake. I can't even say the SoCon one in my head without getting tongue-tied. Unamused face. What? That's ridiculously easy to say. The 6th section is evil. No one in their study could say it 10 times fast. That's bullshit. I find black bug's blood repeated quickly ends up as gobbledygook. Is there an objective way of testing this? I completely disagree. An Irish wristwatch is looking at MIT like, am I a joke to you? Literally took me more than twice as long to say that second one. I slit a sheet I slit, upon the slitted sheet I sit. This a falsehood. Pad kid is easy. 6 chic is a nightmare. Oddly, this isn't that hard. S1 is totally batshit though lol. Lol, every kid that ever had a slight lisp is calling bullshit. Said it correctly on my first and second tries. MIT is wrong. Reading that made my brain hurt, let alone trying to say it. Irish wristwatch is pretty tough for something so simple. Now say all that quickly without pronouncing the R's. First one's not even hard. Go back and do the study again. That's nothing. My kid's favorite book was Fox and Socks. First never tried saying Irish wristwatch and it shows. What the fuck are they on? The chic one is way harder. Okay, but now try saying Baby Billy's Bible Bonkers. My favorite is 5 firemen flying on a flying fox.